Folks, welcome back. Another episode, Too Good For You Podcast, a podcast too good, just right for you. Eman, how you doing today?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, great. And thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Find us on Patreon, patreon.com/Too Good For You Pod. Bye, guys. Imagine if our life was that easy.
That'd be amazing. That'd be great.
It would be. Sorry.
We could have costume changes and just film a whole month's worth in a day.
Yeah, I was a little bit loud. Sorry, guys. But yeah,
now
welcome back. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Too Good For You Podcast. Eman, how are we feeling this week, brother?
Feeling good. Honestly, you're right. I feel like a newscaster.
Yeah, Eman decided to
we're changing up the view today.
Move the camera.
Just see how it is.
Out of the 6 months we've been doing
the
this,
whole bottom is just gonna have like stock market, like
scrolling text. That's fine.
It's the weather what's the weather in Bakersfield right now? Like
Bakersfield. What's in Bakersfield?
Nothing. I'm just saying. You know how they have the weather. Just yeah.
Interesting.
In breaking news.
Breaking news, folks. Eman has porn on his computer.
Okay, sir. All right, buddy. We're gonna have to.
Let's dissect.
Let's go back into that.
Let's dissect this. So, if I type in P on your search bar, the first thing that comes up is large.
Go ahead, finish it, bud.
Folks, we have another episode for you guys. As you can see, it is just the two of us this week.
That's right.
We're hanging out, having a good time. What's going on in the world? I did see a news article that was very intriguing to me. I don't know if you saw it, but it is that Saudi Arabia wants to build a linear city.
A linear city.
Yeah.
Now, treat me like I'm a 7-year-old.
You know what a line is.
Yes.
You know what cities are.
So just a straight city.
Straight city.
The buildings are all the same size.
Well,
flat ground.
Well, so what they have an envisioned for, right, is they want to do a 105-mile long city. That's just a straight line.
Okay.
Think of like Star Wars or fucking what's the other one?
I was thinking of Maze Runner.
No, not Maze Runner.
It's just a straight block.
What's that one with the... What the hell is the guy? The Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Okay, so you know how Blade Runner, like, has, like, things just, like, stacked on top?
Mm-hmm.
So essentially they want to do that. They want to just have the city long and tall. So, like, things are just, like, stacked on top of each other to help reduce space of, like, expansion outward to, like, help bring in, or not bring in, but, like, just to help, like, battle expansion and, like, natural, like...
That doesn't make sense, though. Like, okay, if you have a city straight down, same size, same dimensions, same everything.
I don't think it's necessarily the same size. It's just, it's confined to a specific line, so...
Okay, but you're trying to, like, stack all these people and all these buildings into one thing, but it's still in an enclosed space. At least in, like, a more open space, the thing that they're fighting against, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's more spaced out, so it feels like you have more room. Now, if you have shit just stacked on top of each other like that, you're literally living in a box.
How do you think apartment complexes are?
But that's what I'm saying. Even already at an apartment complex, you have a bunch of people, a bunch of cars, a bunch of shit.
There wouldn't be cars here though, because it's meant to be like a walking thing. So there wouldn't be any cars because everything was going to be in walking distance. They they said that they wanted to put like all, like facilities, so like all healthcare facilities, food and things, like all like walking distance from wherever these buildings are. But then like the whole way, like there would be no cars to help reduce on, car emissions.
You said it's 105 miles straight?
That is what I guess.
The news thing said. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to live in that. I would feel like it's too cramped.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just thinking?
I don't know. I was waiting for you to go more into it if you wanted to do
like, look
anything
at
more.
that. Like the sizing of it. I'll show the picture on the video later, but the size of it already looks skinny. It really looks like it fits a football field or soccer field.
Yeah. A soccer field is about, I don't know what the width of a soccer or the length of a soccer field.
And wouldn't like all the heat just get trapped in there?
So they had 100 yards to 130 yards, so not wide. I don't know. They said that they would have, so like on the top they would have essentially like a air like system where it would like bring the warm air out and then bring air
A
in.
little circulation.
Yeah,
going.
so it'd be circulation. According to the video that I've watched. But yeah.
Dude, living in the future, but at the same time, like that's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept. I'm not really sure. I don't know. It's interesting for sure.
I would want to know how many people, would fit in that little spot. Does it say on the thing?
A lot.
Oh, it's
I'm
like,
assuming you could fit a lot. I mean, again, just think about apartment complexes. Like you can fit like hundreds, if not thousands, of people just in one building of an apartment complex. So that's takes up definitely less than 170 kilometers, 150-ish miles. So yeah, 150 miles of tall, livable spaces. It's a lot of people you could fit there. You could probably fit a whole city in there if you want. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something interesting I saw, and I was like,
fun fact.
Interesting. I don't know how the world's gonna turn out, but if it's straight cities,
Every country
cities.
just gets one whole just straight block.
Yeah, everyone is just like straight lines. But I don't know. I mean, will it work? I don't know. Probably not. But you know,
I don't know if it gets too
interesting
populated.
concept.
It's a very interesting concept. Would you want to live in one of those?
I don't know. It depends what they have to offer. I wouldn't mind seeing what it has to offer. It's not like they're gonna lock you in. Like you can still get out. It's just where you're living is a straight city. But
Where are
like
you
the
from?
rest of the world is still there. It's not like not they're cutting you off. So yeah, it's just like a big very large apartment complex. That's the whole city.
Wouldn't want to do that.
Wouldn't want to do it. Okay.
Well,
That was my big headline for the week. Other than that, folks, let's get back to Tyson's movie hour. I watched a couple movies over the week.
Here we go.
I watched 3 movies since last week. And let's talk about them. Because who gives a fuck about the podcast? So, first movie I watched The Black Phone.
That's okay. I know which one you're talking. Is it scary?
No.
All right. Heard it here first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it was marketed as a quote-unquote horror movie, but it's not even a horror movie. Like, it's more of just like a circumstantial thriller. So it's not like jump scare, like horror, oogie boogie boogie. It's more just like, oh, whoa, like unease. So it's not
Gotcha.
horror at all. No jumps. Nothing
I think
scary.
I could watch that then.
Yeah, definitely. I would recommend it. I don't know where it is on streaming now.
I mean, it just came out, right? Oh, 2021.
No, I think it's already out on demand. Yeah, you can rent it from Apple TV, Amazon Prime. Rent it on YouTube.
Am I reading that right? That's $19.99
What?
YouTube and Amazon Prime just to watch this movie.
Yeah.
You're literally paying more than a movie ticket to watch it on a streaming service. That makes no sense to me. $19.99. That's not even how much a regular ticket is at the movies now.
Yeah, it probably is.
I'm gonna say it's $14.99 for a movie ticket.
$14.99 for a movie
$14.99
ticket.
for a movie ticket.
Well, folks, rent 19. Oh, it's renting. So you renting it for multiple days.
Okay. When you could buy it for $5 more and own it for however long you want to
Yeah.
own it for.
I mean,
Interesting. I wonder how many people like legit think, it's only $5 more. Let's just buy it. I'm pretty sure that's how they make their money. That's what I'm gonna call it.
That's exactly how it works.
What is that?
That's the same thing like when you go to McDonald's and they're like, "Do you want to just
Small or
get
large for
you just want to
$1
get a
more?"
medium?" It's 50 cents more, and people are like, "Fuck it, I guess." Need 50 cents adds up, dude.
It does add up.
When you got thousands and thousands of people coming every day, dude, it adds up, yeah. So yeah, but it was a good movie. I liked it. Really, it was really good. I enjoyed it.
On a 1 to 10 though.
1 out of 10. I don't know. Probably all around, I would give it like 7.
Okay.
It's good.
All right.
Good story. Good characters. It didn't really push narrative down your throat. Like it was very much just like, here's the story, and is about as much as like the main character. It doesn't like really do a lot of like, we have to explain everything, so you're kind of still just like confused at the end, or just left wondering. So I don't know, I kind of like that about some movies.
You think if you watch it again, it would make more sense?
No, because it's like stuff that like it's just not talked about. Like there's really
Nothing explained.
Yeah, there's no allusion to it or nothing. It's not explained. Like that's just how the story is. Like the story's pretty easy to follow, but it's just, there's like certain things that aren't ever like explained, and you're kind of just like, oh, all right, I guess. But I liked it. Story was good. The cinematography was really good. Characters were good. Yeah, I would say good movie. Check it out. Go watch it. The Black Phone.
Okay, movie 1.
Movie 1. Movie 2. I watched Men.
Oh, excuse me?
Yeah. 4 dudes in a basement.
What streaming site were you on? Huh?
Men.com. Is that a thing?
Don't type it on my computer. Don't you dare type it on my computer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get targeted ads like,
yeah, you are. You're gonna get
find
targeted.
single men in your area.
Yeah, because your MILF hunting wasn't going well, so maybe Men will be better for you.
Hey, man. Okay, anyways, let's go back. Men?
Men.
4 men in the basement.
It was.
What are they
It's
doing?
not
Jacking each
about.
other
It's
off?
not about 4 men in a basement. It is Men, the movie. That is just Men.
You gotta give a little bit more, man.
Why? The movie's literally called Men. I looked it up.
What is it about?
So this one is another horror film. And
A24?
yes.
Of course. Okay.
And it is about a I don't want to give the whole movie away, but it's about a woman who is staying at a like a cottage, like a farmhouse somewhere in, I don't
Bed
know
and
where they're
breakfast
from.
kinda spot?
No, it's like a house.
Okay.
In the English countryside, and she is going through some trauma, so she's there to escape it. But she meets some men while she's out there, and a lot of the men, like, it seems like the whole city that she's in, she only really encounters men, and she's by herself out here. And there's just something very strange about all the men that she encounters, and then yeah, so the movie is essentially about her just trying to cope with this trauma. So you don't really know like if what's happening is like totally real, because like obviously like she's damaged, like yeah, obviously she's damaged, and so all these like crazy things happen, and yeah, and then again, same kind of thing. It just kind of ends. There's really no like resolution to it, but I also really enjoyed this movie as well.
And this is a horror movie, or is it more like a psychological thriller?
It is, again, really not like jump scare horror. I know I have to explain this to you like a child, because when you think of horror, I don't know. For me, when you say horror, you think of like jump scare oogie boogie man. But yeah, none of these movies are really like jump scare oogie boogie man. Like it's more just unease, like unsettling thriller mind, thought provoking movies. But this one was really good. I really enjoyed the visual aspects of this one a lot. The story was interesting. Again, at the end, I don't think I really understood the resolve at the end of the movie. I kind of do, but yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, was any of it real? Like, what actually happened? And then the movie kind of just ends again, and you're just like, fuck, all right, well.
You're left to think about it.
Yeah, but it was really good. It was an English film, so I liked it. It didn't get the best reviews, but I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
All right, so a Tyson review, 1 out of 10.
I would also give this one like a 7.5.
Interesting. The way you rave about a movie and then you give them like, it's a 7.
Well, because I'm not going to give anything a 10.
You never given a movie a 10.
Only like, probably like my...
Like Mike?
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. Space Jam 1 is a 10. I don't know. I don't know. I can get pretentious about it and be like, oh, dude, there's just one like art film that I absolutely love that I will only give that movie a 10 because it's the best art film ever made. That is a 10 for me, but it's hard for me to come close to something like that, right? So for me, anything higher than a 6 is like a really good movie for me.
That is a weird rating system, my dude.
Why?
Because it's like,
if you give yourself
really
too
good.
many 10s, then then you're missing out on like things. Like all these movies have their flaws, so like I'm not gonna give it a 10. No movie's ever gonna be perfect. Like, yeah, I enjoy a lot of movies, but like I don't want to like overstep a rating to be like, oh, this movie's a 9, just because it had boobs in it for like 4 seconds or something, right? Like, like
every second counts for each rating.
Yeah, none of these movies had boobs in it, so that's why they were 7s.
Okay.
But no, I don't know. I just, I like to. I'm a heavy critique. Like, look at IMDb gave Men a 6.
Now
right?
I want to know. No, now I want to know, since no movie's gonna be a 10 to you, of course. At a 9.
Well, I do have one movie that's a 10. Again, that's just like my favorite movie.
Absolutely amazing.
Just the best art film I've ever seen in my entire life.
Your English just came out like.
Yeah, because I'm being a posh snob about film.
I wish I could.
That's what I do.
You're gonna have the beret or whatever on.
Beret.
You know, like the Englishmen.
Those are French people.
Okay, no, English wears the thing too. Peaky Blinders, it's like a.
Okay, that is the 1400s.
I'm saying though, if you're like a posh like Englishman, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be having one of those hats with the little monocle.
Top hats, brother. Not
we're talking too much into
How? That's literally
No,
the
I'm not
same
talking
thing.
about that though.
Monocle.
You could wear a monocle without a top hat.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No. Oh wait, bruv. It's me in my top hat. In my monocle. No one wears a fucking...
What's the chimney sweep one, like, that they wear? Yeah, it's like a chimney sweep. Like, please, sir, can I have some more? And then they're wearing...
everything with a monocle... Because that's what people wear monocles with. No one wears fucking chimney hats with monocles. What are those
called? Oh, it's...
Billy hats.
I don't think they're called Billy hats.
This is actual chimney hats. Jesus Christ. Chimney sweep hats. There we go. That's the word. A sweep.
Those.
Herringbones.
Whatever those are called. Yes. I could see if you're a posh man wearing a scarf with this. And a monocle would top it off.
No.
And that would be pinnacle of
This is
Englishman
why. This is
polish.
why you're not an English designer, because you would
Oh,
you
what?
would never put a monocle on a fucking.
What if you start a new trend?
It's not. This has been a trend since the fucking child slave labor days, Eman. And no
Yeah,
one's
I
wearing a
know.
fucking monocle. They're too busy forcing children into chimneys.
Hey, you're not wrong.
So
That is true.
that's where top hats and monocles, not the fucking
guess.
boy hats.
I
They
guess.
were too busy.
I'm pretty sure I seen it in Sherlock Holmes. He
Oh.
wore it.
I'll fact check you. Sherlock Holmes
Monocle.
Oh, cool. This is
Oh,
a
he got
totally
bowler
different hat.
He got a bowler hat.
Yes.
Is it bowler?
This
Bowling?
this is a bowler hat.
Bowler
this
hat.
is like a fedora. This is like a gay Englishman hat.
Looking like the safari. Like you're going on the safari.
Yeah, I don't even know what kind of hat that is, but that shit's for like English men who suck dick. I don't know.
All right. Well, then I guess you. Nah.
What?
That's
No, this
possibly
is
a
this is
combo.
the same. This is the same hat as
It's
the
a chimney sweep hat.
dude. This is the same as this. The flaps are up. That's what this
Okay.
is.
All
And this is
right.
also a magnifying glass. This is a monocle.
All right.
Dude, don't play me, man.
You got me, I guess. Okay.
I'm
All right.
very in the lore of
No,
monocle wearing.
I didn't know you were so into the fashion of the English.
I am, yeah, I'm very much so. You can call me the Rick Owens of English culture. But back to what I was saying.
Movie time.
Yeah, I don't know. What's a 9 for me? Probably something like Higher Learning, something like American History X.
These are movies?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't want to waste the whole podcast thinking about movies. I mean, I would love to, but yeah, I don't know. Off the top of my head, those are like the first two that come up.
Okay.
But
All right, now your third movie.
what's my third movie?
Did you say you watched 3 movies?
Oh yes. The third movie I watched was called Lock.
I'm assuming it's another scary movie.
No.
Oh, wow.
This movie honestly was very interesting because it follows a man who is a concrete worker. He gets off of work at night, gets in the car. You don't really see him until he gets in the car. He gets in the car and starts driving.
Okay.
The whole movie is just him driving and him talking on the phone and him talking to himself. There are no other characters. There are no other set changes. It is just him driving and talking on the phone.
How long was this movie?
Like an hour and 15 minutes.
Damn, you're telling me his drive was an hour and 15 minutes.
Well, his drive was actually 2 hours. But the twist, not the twist of the movie, but the reason why it was like this, right? I mean, I guess I'll kind of spoil it because
Spoiler
this
alert.
movie is a couple years old, or it's almost 10 years old now, so I can do it. He cheats on his wife a few months ago,
Oh.
and it was just a one-night stand,
Okay.
and the lady decided she found out she was pregnant and decided she was keeping it. So
He ran away.
No.
Oh, okay.
She
I'm gonna let you
called
finish.
him 2 months before the baby's due date, said, "Hey, my water broke. I'm in the hospital."
Okay.
So he was like, I guess he had a shitty dad who like left his mom and then tried to come back into his life when he was like already like in his 20s or whatever, and like so I guess he had a bad relationship with his dad, right? So his reasoning was that he didn't want this baby essentially to be a bastard, right? He was like, I don't want this baby to end up like me, to like not know his father. Like I want the baby at least to see his father, but like I have no love for this woman. It was a one night thing. Like I don't care about the woman at all. I'm doing this for like the baby. So like he has like inner like talks with like his dad, like even though his dad's not in the car, like he's just like talking to himself while he's driving, like, oh, like if only you could see me now, like I'll dig you up from your grave and you can like watch me, like I'm being more of a man than you ever were. But then like other time, like he literally calls his wife and tells him what's going on, and like he has 2 kids with his wife, and they were like all like ready to watch like this soccer game. And he calls him. He's like, I'm not gonna be home today. Like, where's your mom? And like he tells her. Then like he also is like I said, he works in a concrete like facility, right? And I guess they have the biggest pour London has ever had to build this huge building.
They're in England.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the biggest pour London has ever had, and he's like he's the main foreman for the thing, but he didn't tell anyone that. So then he's like calling all these people, and he's like, "Hey, I'm not going to be at the pour tomorrow. Something came up." And everyone's like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, we need you. Like, this is the biggest." Like, his boss is like, "Dude, like, you need to be here." Like, he's pissed off. He's like, "The people in Chicago who are funding this, like, they're gonna be pissed. Like, if you're not here, right? Fuck, gets fired, loses his job."
Shit.
So he's like trying to like coach another guy that's worked under him to be like, "You need to do this. You need to make everything like right, like because I'm not gonna be here." And the other guy's like, "Dude, like you're the best person. Like there's no way I can hear." He's like, "Listen, you need to do this because no one else will. And if this fucks up, like the boss said, like this is gonna cost like billions of dollars."
Oh shit.
And everyone's just like, "Why aren't you here?" And then like he tells his boss like what happened, and the boss is like, "Fuck, man, like."
Dude, it puts things into perspective.
Yeah, but the whole time, like, he's literally just driving and, like, talking on the phone. So, like, he's never face-to-face with anyone. Like, the whole movie is just him and multiple angles of him inside the car. So there's no other characters. You don't see anyone else. It's just him, and he's just talking to people on the phone. And then, yeah, so, right, he gets fired from the job. And then he's, like, also calling the lady who's giving birth because she's in the hospital and there's like complications with like the baby, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have to do like an emergency like C-section," and, like all this crazy stuff. And then like the hospital's like calling him to be like, "Oh, like are you like the husband, blah, blah, blah?" And he's like, "No, I'm the father. Like I don't know the woman. Like but I am the father of this child, and I'm gonna be there. I'm just driving. It's gonna take me like a while to get there." So like everyone's just like calling him. He's calling people back and forth.
Yeah.
And then, like, the wife is, like, upset, obviously. And then, like, eventually she says, "You're not welcome back in the house. Like, don't ever come back.
Dude.
Like, we will figure out a time for you to see the boys, but you're not welcome back in the house." So he lost his house. Or not, he lost his house, his family, and his job. All
over this.
All for
his,
yes, one action that turned out. The one night he did it with one lady where she decided to keep the baby, and then like she was like saying shit like, "Oh, like, do you hate me?" He's like, "I don't even know you. Like, I can't hate you. Like, I don't know you." And she was like, "Well, I'm doing this because I love you." And he's like, "Well, you don't have to say that. Like, I don't know you. I don't love
only
you.
One night.
Yeah, I don't love you."
Night.
So he's like, I have no like
attachment. No emotional
I'm
attachment.
only doing this to like be there for this baby. And then yeah. So it was a crazy movie, just because like I've never seen anything like
real.
that.
It's because it's really
well, yeah.
real,
I mean, it was more. It was because I feel like I don't know. It was weird too because yeah, like you don't really see. There's really no.
But you're like living like kind of him. His
Yeah,
in that movie.
You're in the
moment.
You're in the moment with him because he's having to come to terms with the actions of one leaving his job at the biggest moment of his career. Having to tell his wife that he's not even cheated, but he's having a baby with a woman that he doesn't even know.
Yeah, that's true.
And then having to try to like relate to this woman who he doesn't even know, who's having his baby,
who's saying she's in love,
and then trying to coach a guy on how to do this job correctly,
and
so it doesn't
all
fuck
on his
up.
drive.
This is all on a drive.
I think that sounds pretty good. At first, when you were explaining, I was like, "This sounds boring as shit." But then, as you kept explaining it,
because it's captivating. Yeah, because you're like, you're waiting to see how this end turns out, and like like he's like the whole time when he's talking to his wife, he's like, "Look, like I want to come back and we can talk this out because I'm telling you, I have no relations with this woman. I don't love her. I have nothing with her. I'm only going." Tonight, I'll be back tomorrow because I'm going to go see the baby so the baby knows he has a father.
But even then, like, the baby's a baby, like, he's not going to remember that at all.
Well, I mean, so then it plays into just the man as a person because he was like, well, my father wasn't there for my mom when
which makes sense,
I was there, so like I don't want to be like that, so I'm doing this. I made this decision to essentially leave the job. Not come
because
home
of his experience of his own past.
Yeah. So
Very real. Very
really,
interesting. It sounds good.
I thought it was a good movie.
Sounds really good.
Yeah.
All right, scale. I know it ain't gonna hit a 10 or a 9, so.
No, I will just. I'd probably give this one an 8, only just because
Wow.
because I've never seen anything like that. Very few movies have I seen that are one setting for the entire movie,
It gets
and
pretty dull fast.
well, not even that. Like it's hard to make a movie. The only other movie that I think I've seen with one setting was 12 Angry Men.
Which one's that one?
It's like a movie from the fucking I don't know like
Because I know there's one like I think it was like he's like a dispatcher. It's Jake Gyllenhaal.
1957 is when 12 Angry Men came out, and it's a movie about these 12 men who are jurors, and they're locked in like the
And
deliberation room,
setting.
and yeah, so their whole movie is them deliberating for like an hour and a half or whatever about like how to convict like a murderer or something, right? So everyone's like,
it's real life. Like,
yeah,
literally.
So
in
again,
one
that's
session.
the only other time I've seen a movie. That's a good movie as well, but that's the only time I've ever seen a movie that's like been in one setting. And I mean, the actor is Tom Hardy in this movie, so
Okay.
it was just interesting because obviously he did the whole movie by himself, right? Like he had no one else really bounce like
Kind of says
things
a lot,
off.
dude. Like as an actor,
That's
his
what
acting skills.
He had to
be by himself and do
He
that?
all he had to do was just talk on the phone. That was his whole movie was him just talking on a phone.
That's crazy.
So yeah, and you're watching this man make these decisions that are changing his life, but he's like determined on a path. So like you watch him like just slowly like start to deteriorate once he's like I've been fired. The guy who I'm trying to work on this project with is like kind of like being a dickhead, like he's getting drunk, like he's just like he's stressed out and it's stressing him out, but like he wants this build to go well. And then obviously his wife leaves him, so like he's losing everything, and you're just watching him like by himself in this car, like just.
But he accepted his the full consequences.
Oh yeah, he accepted everything. Yeah, so.
A man.
And then but then again though, it doesn't really tell you how it ends. Like the last call, again spoilers. The last call, like the lady who gave birth, like how it went through with the emergency surgery. She calls him. And he's like hesitant. He's like how'd it go? And then you hear the baby crying on the other line, and then like he kind of like smiles, and then like continues like his drive to get there. So,
and then that's it.
And then the movie ends. But
all up to the imagination.
But yeah, so I don't know. I give that one a high rating because
that's a very high rating
because
for you
it's because again it's just nothing I've never ever seen before. For Tom Hardy to do it all by himself.
Commendable actor.
And yeah, it was very compelling. It was very true and.
I heard that was a good movie, because I talked about it with my coworkers after we had talked about that one Jake Gyllenhaal movie. He's a dispatcher.
Nightcrawler. No, Nightcrawler.
No.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
though.
but it's in the same thing. One setting. He's literally just in the office and he's getting all these calls. And that's the whole movie. But yeah, dude. I don't know. Wear a condom next time. It's a lesson of the movie right there.
Yeah, sure, Eman. That's what you want to call it. But yeah, another movie I think I would rank pretty high is Birdman.
Birdman?
This movie was also very interesting. Not the rapper Birdman, but Birdman movie. But because this movie, I mostly liked it for its screen, like the way it was filmed, because it was fake. It's like fake one shot. So like the whole movie is just shot looking like it's just one continuous shot. Like there's no cuts.
Really?
Like it's just
okay.
You start the movie. And it's just following. It never cuts. Like there's no cut. There are cuts, but they do it very like well to where you can't tell. So it's all one cut. The acting was really good in it, and but yeah.
Interesting.
So that's enough movie talk for you guys.
Yeah, I had a movie, but never mind.
Okay, go ahead. It's your
guys,
turn.
So this weekend
I'm done talking for the week.
This weekend, I actually watched a movie too. It's Gray Man. It's with Ryan Gosling.
Of course,
and
you would have
Chris
watched
Evans.
that one.
What? It's not Ryan Reynolds. If it was Ryan Reynolds, different story. But
No, but it's
it's
two.
an action movie.
It's two men showing
At
off
least,
how big their penises are.
in a way, technically, that is exactly what.
I haven't seen the
like-
movie yet at the time of this recording.
Okay, well,
Probably won't watch it either, but we'll see what happens.
either way, yeah. So like, Ryan Gosling is a they call him Sierra Six, like Black Op.
The
covert.
movie just came out, so don't get too crazy
Yeah, I
with
know.
spoilers.
Complete covert guy, and then Chris Evans is trying to hunt him down. And yeah, I mean, I can't go into it too much because I will spoil it because I don't know how to contain myself. But I will say though, I have to give Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling commendable, like they're good actors.
Okay.
Because for one, Chris Evans, he's a villain in this movie.
Chris Evans is Iron Man.
No, Captain America. My
Captain
guy.
America.
Robert
Yeah.
Downey Jr.
That's same thing. Whatever.
Okay, we're gonna go back. Anyway,
fuck.
but like the thing is, Chris Evans could be a superhero. He
Mhm.
could be a super villain. He could be an animated person because he was Buzz, like in Lightyear, the new movie.
Okay.
And like he played multiple like things, and I think if a movie doesn't stick to someone, then that means they're a good actor. I mean, you get what I mean, kind of. So like Ryan Reynolds, like he's a great actor. I love him. He has a lot of good movies. They're all comedy, but he will be known as Deadpool to me because of the way he talks, the way he acts. It's kind of like that persona.
I think for me, my favorite. He was okay. Continue. Sorry.
But then, like Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling too. Like he was in Blade Runner. He was in what's that other movie? Drive. And then La La Land. Like he's in all these different movies, but he's able to play different roles in different parts and like be good at them, and then also not be able to be stuck as that role. So yeah, that's my take on it. That was my thing. But
Nice.
give some praise to Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. I look forward to Ryan Gosling and Ken in Barbie.
He's Ken.
Yep, he's Ken, dude, and he actually I think he got a lipo, or is it not lipo or
Botox.
plastic surgery? Botox. He got Botox.
Plastic surgery. Interesting.
But he will be in Barbie next.
The Proposal is probably my favorite Ryan Reynolds movie, if I'm gonna be honest.
The Proposal.
That movie's a fucking banger, dude.
That's with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. The movie's hot, dude. Shit's crazy. I love that movie.
Was he fat at first and then?
In the movie or just in general?
No. In the movie, like.
No.
No, oh, that's a different movie. It's not during Christmas, is it? Okay, completely different movie.
Yeah.
Then.
But okay. A little action movie man.
Yeah, I don't watch scary movies, but
Not bad. I haven't seen it, so I can't critique.
I'll give it a 7.
7.
Which
Okay.
is low.
That's high.
That's low on my scale.
That's pretty high though. Average is a 5, so you're 2 up. That's like a C.
Yes, I think it was the
Well, it's
actors
a
that
high
made
C.
it. I think it was the actors that made it good, but it's not like top tier
Interesting.
for me. Yeah.
What else were we talking about? We talked about who else is in the movie. Oh, we were talking about actors that can do that. How do you
Can play multiple roles.
Yeah. How do you feel about Robert Pattinson?
He at first he was that guy that was just a Twilight boy to me. And then Batman came out and I was like, this dude is not Twilight boy anymore. This man is Batman. But I know his other movies are really good too. Like that one, he's like a fisherman. He falls in love with like a mermaid. I forget what it's
A
called.
Lighthouse.
Yeah, Lighthouse. Heard that one was really good with him. And I don't know honestly what other movies he's been in.
He was in Tenet.
He was in Tenet.
He was in The Devil All the Time. And he was in fucking what the hell was that? It's called like Good Time. That's a really good movie.
I forgot he was in Tenet. He was good in Tenet too, I will say.
I mean, I think he's a good actor. I honestly I didn't really like him as Batman, but we'll save that for another
We'll save
episode.
that for another episode. How dare
This is
you.
enough movie. What? You don't tell me this was the best Batman movie.
I'm not saying it's the best Batman, but it's the most realistic when it comes to the beginning of Batman.
They didn't even have a beginning of this movie.
Well, okay. You already know the backstory. He rich kid, parents died, became Batman after whatever. This one though, like he's barely getting into that role. So he is.
Dude, the first Batman Begins, bro. This one at least that one at least showed the Ra's al Ghul how he learned how to become Batman.
Yeah,
this one was just
fine.
like, yeah, he died. And he's like,
Okay,
no.
do you want another?
Something in the
But do you want another Batman movie that explains that? Like, no, because everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, it's the same shit. It's the same thing." At least this is taking place in a different time of the Batman.
But you just said this showed the start of Batman.
He's still starting. He's still new to it, but it doesn't show his beginning of like, yeah, he's going to, what's his name?
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, he's not going to him. Like, it's just showing how he is. Like after he got all that training done, and now he's back in his city doing his shit. So that's my take. I will say though, the best Batman movie to me is the one with the Joker. With
The Dark
Ledger.
Knight.
Yeah, the Dark Knight Rises.
I think
Dark
it's
Knight
just
Begins.
the Dark Knight. Oh, the Dark Knight. It's just the Dark Knight.
With Heath Ledger. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that one I would say is my all-time high favorite Batman movie thus far.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. DC's coming up too. Come up with some cool shit, but we'll see what happens.
What cool shit?
Shazam, not Shazam. The one with the Rock.
Bro, Black Lightning.
Black Lightning.
But who cares, dude? Honestly, superhero movies.
Well, you say that because you haven't even watched Marvel or anything.
But it's like, dude, like you said, right? With like Batman. Why do we want to keep watching the same movie over and over again? Every superhero movie is the same movie. It's just a person with a different power and a different backstory, but it's all just like the same thing. Like it all feels very just cut and paste. Like it's just graphics get better and the people are different, but like everything else is still like I was just a normal kid. Then some bad thing happened. Now I have superpowers and I gotta save the world. Oh, I fell in love with this lady. I don't think she really likes me yet, but give it some time because I'll make her fall in love with me. Oh, there's a bad guy. Gotta fight the bad guy. Now the lady loves me. Boom, movie 1 done. And they do that for 7 more movies. It's like, dude, all right. Like, I just feel like superhero, like this whole like Marvel. Let's talk about Comic-Con, right?
Oh, Sandy.
Fuck it. This is the movie.
Happened.
This is the movie episode. I don't care. I don't have anything else this week. Sorry, guys. But yeah, right. So what did Marvel just released? What Phase 5 of their shit,
Which is
bro?
a shitload of movies and shows.
Exactly. It's like, bro, like I just don't understand how everyone is like still just like
Keeping up.
yeah, not just sucking the dick of Marvel and like allowing them to keep just reproducing the same thing. Like again, all they're doing is like they're just searching through the catalogs to find what obscure superhero they haven't done in the last 50 years and being like, "Oh, we'll do this one now." But it's like who's really like cares? Like I just don't see the appeal of it after the initial like Marvel like craze. Because again, I watched the initial movies. I watched the Captain America. I watched the Iron Mans. I watched the Avengers. I watched it. You know, and I enjoyed even like on DC. Right, I watched the Superman movies. I didn't watch. This was before Justice League, but I watched like Superman. I watched the Batman movies. So it's like I know about superheroes and I like it, but like to keep it going for so long and not like putting a break to it. Like if there was like a few years where there wasn't like a superhero movie, I would be like, okay. Because I feel like back in the day, like there was a little more of a breakup between
100%.
like, okay, here comes the Batman Begins, right? That
5
came
years
out.
later, and then it's like the next one.
Yeah, Batman Begins. That's a lie. I'm looking at the wrong.
I think that is the right one.
2005.
2005. And then the second one, which was the Joker one.
Batman Begins, 2005. Dark Knight, 2008. So 3 years, and then the one after that was 2012. So yeah. So exactly, right? Time has progressed. People have watched other movies, kind of forgot about the movie before. Then they're like, we're doing another one. You're like, oh shit! Now I gotta go watch the first one again to remember what's going on with this one. With Marvel, it's like, dude, I've already watched 50 movies, and I now have to watch 50 more. It's a lot, and this has all happened in 10 years, less than 10 years. Like in 10 years, they probably released over 100 movies.
Marvel?
Yeah.
Within the span of 10 years. I wouldn't say 100, but it's a good amount.
You don't think so?
I don't think it's 100 movies. Because what? Iron Man was barely coming out, right? So that was Iron Man, Captain America, I think Avengers, barely Avengers.
For what?
Avengers.
For what?
For MCU, right? We're talking about Marvel movies.
MCU. Okay, let's grab this number. MCU starts off in 2008 with the first Iron Man. Mm-hmm. The same year, the Hulk movie came out. 2 years after that, you get Iron Man 2. Then the year after that, Thor. Then the year after that, Captain America. Then the year after that, Avengers. Then the year after that, Iron Man 3. Then the same year, Thor again. Next year, Captain America. Same year, Guardians of the Galaxy. And the year after that, Avengers 2. And the same year, Ant-Man. It's like, dude, like, holy fuck, bro. Like, this is, according to Wikipedia, that's just the Infinity Saga. So I'm assuming...
there's like side spins and stuff.
Assuming that's like what the Thanos era of movies,
building
right?
up to it, yeah.
So that's all these movies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 movies in 9 years. Hmm. And then now there's the multiverse saga, which we're currently in, right?
Yes.
We already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 movies are already out. Just in 2022 alone, 3 movies are fucking coming out. And last year there was also 4 movies that came out. It's just like, bro,
they're not gonna stop. If the momentum's rolling, they're not gonna stop.
I know it's not, because for people who are just fucking brainwashed are gonna just go keep watching the same fucking movies, and I'm just trying to understand like how this could keep happening, because it's like after a while, like how I was just so burnt out after this first phase right here. After Iron Man 3, and once I saw the same year that another Thor was coming out, I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I just watched 3 years worth of movies in 3 years. Now they're just shoving them in your asshole like every other month, and it's like, dude,
they are ramping up on those superhero movies, but again, it's because of the momentum they built and the fan base that they did build. I get what you mean. It's kind of like cookie cutter, like the same plot. Good beginning, villain comes, fight the villain, save the world. That's pretty
or not, because they got to make 4 other movies. So like they find the villain in the first one, then they like lose, then they got to regroup and then extend the same scenario for 4 movies.
Even then, like
it's a very just like basic thing. Like I get it.
I
like
think what
superheroes
like is the story, like because they're like, all right, these
there
guys.
There is no story.
No, it is
though.
like all right. So like the lore of like say like Captain America came out 2008. It kept building up until 2016 until like I think the last.
For what did you say? For War. Thor?
No, for Captain America. Thor's is still going.
Captain America.
Thor just came out with a movie.
Captain America's done.
Yeah, so it ended. His story technically ended at Endgame, which was 2019. He started his story in what?
2012.
2012. So he had 7 years of building that lore. And I think that's what people like.
Dude, that's way too much, though. Like, if you're gonna do it like the Batman, bro. They finished 3 movies and told an entire story from literally the beginning. Obviously, Batman has no end, but like, they've told multiple entire stories just in, 3 movies in 9 years. This man has
That's
had
Christopher Nolan's one, right?
Yeah, okay. This man has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Was he in Doctor Strange?
I don't think he was in Doctor Strange.
Was he in Spider-Man?
No.
Was he in Ragnarok?
No, I don't believe so. He might have been in Black Panther or his buddy Bucky.
But again, what I'm saying is like right, like in those years, like he would like yeah, he's been in like 15 different movies. Like I don't know. I guess maybe it's just me because obviously a lot of people enjoy him. I honestly on Twitter I muted the word Marvel.
Did you really?
I swear that's like
Really?
I don't really block anyone or like mute words, but I was like once like.
Marvel. I mean, Twitter does get really crazy when like a Marvel movie releases. It's like they fuck the fans. They spoil everything.
No movie even released. This was just the announcement that there's 17 more movies coming out in the next 4 years, and everyone's like, "Bleh!" And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Honestly, like, who gives a shit? People are dying.
I mean,
Don't stop fucking watching movies.
That's the whole point, to get away from fucking
But there's
reality.
better movies to watch is what all I'm saying. Again, maybe this is just the fucking posh idiot kid who thinks he's a fucking,
Get you an English hat.
a film connoisseur, and I can't be bothered with fucking superhero movies anymore. It's so below me. But it's not, because I enjoy like watching superhero movies. It's just that when it's the same movie for the last. At this point, it's almost gonna be 20 fucking years that we've been watching these
Marvel
fucking movies. Yeah.
It's just the MCU alone. This doesn't even include like the ones before: Incredible Hulk, Fantastic Four. What else got X-Men? Technically, is part of that too.
Yeah. So it's like I have mad love for superhero movies. Like I enjoy them, but like this Marvel Cinematic Universe bullshit, I think, has just crossed the line in terms of like production. But again, I get why they do it, because it's a fucking money printer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a money printer.
I mean, Disneyland already included its own Marvel Land, like just solely based off this whole thing. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna keep going.
It is, and it's just unfortunate because I don't know. Again, I'm just probably just complaining, and I'm probably one of the few people that don't like them, because obviously everyone else does, and everyone shits on me for not liking them. But I gotta pick my hills to die on, and I'm dying on the MCU fucking sucks, and that's where I'm going.
Nice hill.
Thanks.
Better than the Arby's hill. I'm still climbing that one.
Yeah, you're honestly by yourself on that. At least I have probably a few people with me on the MCU sucks.
I mean, I know I'm not the only one keeping Arby's alive. I've seen people there too.
I've shot all their tires out. I see them in the drive-thru, and I just walk by them and just like, and then they can't leave.
He's like, get something better.
Yeah,
it's great. Arby's sponsor me.
I fucking What did you say would happen if Arby's sponsored you?
Honestly, Arby's. All right. If you sponsor me, I will get your logo tatted on my ass cheek. I will die on this hill, and I'm one of your biggest supporters. Half-pound roast beef sandwiches all the way. Come on, Arby's. Let's do something. Let's talk.
And I'm the sellout.
Hey. Whatever you're gonna get me. Hey, if I could get unlimited Arby's.
That's fucking disgusting, bro.
Dude. Oh, I'm living large,
dude,
bro. I'm living
you're
large.
Honestly foul.
I'm living large.
That's an honestly foul behavior.
Oh, yes, dude. I would go every day.
That's honestly like...
Change it up.
Pig. Like, you're foul. This is... See, MCU fans are also Arby's fans.
I don't know about that.
That's the line I'm drawing right here, folks.
All right, Marvel, go ahead. Sponsor me too. I'll get it on the other cheek.
Marvel and Arby's fans.
I need a collab.
You
ASAP.
guys are the fucking. You're the offspring of foul companies.
Stop. Put some respect on my Arby's name.
Foul.
I would change my name to Arby's_Emmanuel.
Jeez, bro.
I'm gonna start a TikTok, and it's just gonna be me eating all Arby's.
Bro, do you know how
bad my health would be?
You'll probably die before the next Marvel movie comes out.
Hey.
Damn.
You're dying on that hill.
Shit, what else you got? I'm done talking. You're up for the rest of the episode.
Oh shit, we still got more. All right.
Avengers.
Well, Tyson.
Jesus Christ. Uh-huh.
You know what I actually want to start learning?
What do you want to start learning?
And I talked to you already about this.
You already did.
I want to learn how to sign.
Sign?
Sign? Sign. Sign. Sign? Sign. There we go.
What are you talking about?
And not like writing sign. I mean like
ASL, American Sign Language.
that one.
Why?
Dude, I want to be a sign language interpreter for concerts. You know how fun that'd be? You go to free concerts, you're on stage with the actual bands, you're vibing, you're doing it, and then people are out there fucking like, I don't know, they can't understand you, I'm pretty sure, unless you're you're deaf, but I mean, like, that'd be kind of cool to be a fucking interpreter for concerts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know how you even apply for that. Because not every concert has one.
No. I mean, it has to go within the budget of the band, I guess, if they want an interpreter. If not, this is a non-disability-friendly concert.
It's kind of messed up. Imagine, like, one person, like, do you have any disabilities?
Speaking of disabilities, bro, have you seen the Paralympics TikTok, dude?
No. What?
Dude. Honestly, who's ever running that TikTok gets a gold star.
Gold medal.
No, gold star. Dude, they are fantastic. I'll have to show you off because it's way too much.
Okay.
But you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, go on TikTok and look up the Paralympics. Okay.
All right.
Continue about your disabilities.
Yeah, dude, like, what if someone, like, buys a ticket and they're like, do you have a disability? And the guy's like, yes, I am deaf.
Mm-hmm.
And then just that one person, they have to hire a interpreter.
Well, I mean, I obviously, like, I'm not deaf. I don't really know any deaf people, but I'm assuming almost kind of like blind people. I'm assuming, like, you kind of have, if you do something that you'd have, like, a handler. So it wouldn't necessarily have to be, like, the artist supplies. Like, say I'm deaf, and we both, like, I don't know, we want to go to a concert.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you're my friend or say someone who takes care of me, like, you know sign language, and I'm just deaf. But, like, you would go with me to the concert.
Yes.
And then you would just do it. Yeah, you would just do it for me. Like, they wouldn't need, like, to buy, like, they wouldn't need to hire someone to do it when it could just be like, oh, yeah, like.
It kind of makes me think, what makes a venue or a concert need, like, an interpreter? Because if that's the case, if they hire an interpreter, then there must be a lot of people.
Well, it's like the same thing. Like, when every time, like, you watch, like, big news things, for whatever reasons, they have interpreters. Like, when they do, like, inaugurations or, like, presidential debates, like, there's the little corner, they have, like, an interpreter. But it's not every day that they have. It is only for, like, special occasions. So it's like, what the fuck, like, during the rest of the time, like.
Well, that makes it even better, be interpreter, because that means you go to the big concerts. And you're on stage, and you're vibing, and you gotta just do signs. I'm just saying, man. That shit sounds like fun. And then you can throw up whatever you want, just mess up the lyrics. Honestly, I feel like I would be a bad interpreter, though, because I could barely speak as it is. So imagine me trying to do hand signs, keeping up.
That is very true. So, since the Americans with Disabilities Act passed in 1990, concert venues or production companies have been required to provide interpreters upon request. So, I guess, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you would have to call or contact them.
I'm sure when you go on Ticketmaster, there's like.
Next concert I go to, I'm going to ask for an interpreter just to see if they do it. See what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a thing, but first you got to learn.
Do interpreters get the pass for the N-word?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a valid question,
they
right?
They definitely do. Waka Flocka interpreter.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, dude. She definitely. I don't know.
He thought she thought
she was dancing. Yeah, that's fun. Oh, sorry. She's signing Waka Flocka, and I know he says the N-word a couple times, so maybe they don't. Maybe she signs like N-word. I don't know how it works. Can interpreters say the N-word. Are white sign language
dude, I'm telling you.
interpreters allowed to say the N-word? Well, now we're on Quora. The fun people's Ask Jeeves. I'm having a very difficult time figuring out what the interpreter's skin color has to do with whether or not they're required to abide by a code of professional conduct. We don't have one code of ethics for white interpreters and a separate code for ethics for interpreters of color. All professional sign language interpreters, regardless of their race, are ethically required to interpret accurately. So, I'm assuming that means yes.
They get the pass. Now I definitely have to become an interpreter.
Ah, nice. Well, you're racist. I feel it.
Just kidding.
I love it. Any translator and interpreter, no matter what they look like or what they translate between, have an obligation to render the source as accurately as possible to the target. Why does it say target? Unless they have extremely explicit instructions to the contrary. So there it is, folks. If you want to be racist, learn sign language.
That's the loophole.
That's awesome.
That's a loophole.
That's pretty cool.
Well, that'd be cool to become interpreter. Maybe.
So that's why you want to do it. You want to sign the N-word.
I said
how to sign the N-word.
I can't do it because I'm not a professional
in
interpreter.
ASL. Here it is. I found it. Is there a video?
They got you. They hooked you. They baited you. Eric Spears? Wow, that's a throwback. That dude used to be, was funny.
He probably made that same joke. After performing for a completely deaf audience, Eric shows how the N-word is used in sign language. How to sign in Black American Sign Language.
I don't think there's gonna be a video.
This is sick. This is sick.
What did I just look up? What did you just look up?
Dude, come on. I gotta watch this.
You gotta sign it for them. For the people on the video.
Unfortunately, folks, we're gonna have to end the episode on Eman signing the hard R.
No,
because that's what he wanted to become an ASL sign language for. So Eman, if you would like to send us off, please send us off.
That looks like
send us off. Dude, I meant to close out the episode. You actually signed it.
You said it.
Wow.
Hey, I said cocaine.
No. Folks, we're gonna have to just scrap this whole fucking episode. Looks like shut up. We're done. Folks, thank you for listening for another episode of the Too Good For You podcast. A podcast that's too good made just right for you, except for racist Eman.
Oh my god!
You guys can always find us on all of our socials at the number 2 good, the number 4, and the letter U pod. That's on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Music, and of course YouTube. And again, patreon.com/too good for you pod. Stop looking up racist things.
She could do it. I could do it.
Stop.
It's educational.
Too Good For You pod on Patreon. $5 a month supports the show. Get access early to all the episodes and all previous episodes. Thank you guys. We love you. Eman, where can they find you?
I don't know if I want to tell them where I am.
No, yeah. Let's. I'm gonna dox your apartment.
Let's relax
your
now.
House.
You can hit me up on Instagram at Eman Snap. Everything else I don't want you to find. If you have any complaints or concerns, you could DM me directly and we could talk about it then. And Tyson?
Folks, you go. Of course, you know where to find the show, and of course, you can find me everywhere at DJ X Pharaoh. I can't even leave. We're done.